Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Buddies Forever, part 2 of our video journal series on the cabin. Let me do a quick shout out to Ever After High Geek. Thank you for being first on the last cabin series video. I apologize for the length of time. I've been a little sick. I got still a sinus cold. Anyway, it has blocked me and I have been stumped on this one. I don't know, a creative block. It's been weird, so I've just finally decided to jump on it. Here I'm using my caulking to begin filling in all those indentations. I pulled off the sticker. Not much happening over here besides looking at it. I was waffling back and forth between the spiral staircase in the outhouse, in which I wanted most. Though I love the outhouse and I'm still going to try, I thought the spiral staircase is really far more important to make sense on the height of here. So here's where I'm at. I have a wrapping paper tube, and this is all just trial and error. I've never done anything like this, and so far so good. What a mess. This was in no way, shape, or form easy. I cut slits in it and slid these into there to make it happen. I started too close and then the doll's head hit here, so I had to readjust. I had that at 1 inch. I then had to do this at 1.5 inch. I got these leftover tongue depressors from the craft shop. That's from the Ever After High balances I'm doing, and I put them on there for support. I think I'm going to make this look like stone. That seems to go with the Monster High thing. So she makes sense now. Let's see if I can get that. When she comes down and comes around, he or she, their head actually does not hit that, so that worked out really well. I am going to do next a bunch of paper mache all over this to make it actually look decent, because it looks quite terrible right now. I filled in all that with hot glue because it kind of weakened it when I had to switch it up. The outside looks mighty horrible, but let's see what the paper mache does, and I want to get that done so this paper mache is going over here, give me strength when I put the wood looking tiles down. And I did sand. I got all the sanding done, so that's smooth, and if you bump that with your hand you won't scratch yourself. That's where I'm at now. We shall see you on the next segment. Thanks again, SPF family, for tuning in for another video journal. The creative juices have definitely been working. Got lots of paper mache going on there. Got it attached so it has good strength to hold on. Just had fun with it. That's going to be maybe a little flower pot or something. Just went to town. That took me a whole day to paper mache. That was not easy. Then I got to start priming this hole, of course. Before one step, I did find a toilet finally for the cottage. Just thought I'd let you know that. So I'm going to prime that while I'm at it and make that blue to match the bathroom in the cottage. That's exciting. I did, wherever I'm getting some of this stuff, paper mache too thick, I'm just scraping that off so that'll be smooth when it's painted. I'm still unsure of the color. I have it a little mapped out for the outhouse, so I think it's going to fit. A little confused still on my landscaping. What you can't see, there's a little shine to that. In my texture faux video, we'll show you how I did it. I used the brush that I've dropped with my caulking, and I went in circles for all this to change that from looking like wood to make it look like a concrete slab. I'm gonna follow through with that all in here so all the stone matches. And while I'm priming, I'm going to prime that for sure to make that, maybe even this, to bring that silver and make this a little bit more like a more interesting countertop as a small detail. Over here, you can see the texture. It took me, I did one coat on all the little indentations and I did a second coat, so I'm hoping that this will look more like stucco. Lose that. I'm going to bring that all over into here too. I'm going to do a light blue to match over here. I even did it over on this side. There was that sticker that looked like a hope chest. I put some caulking in there, and same with my texture video. I kind of dragged an owl into it to kind of match that. So instead of that going to be wood, I'm going to, I think, incorporate another color in there so it'll blend in a little better. And that's where I'm at right now. It'll be a good amount of work to prime all this. Quick shout out to the Crafty Butterfly, who did a very super sweet shout out video to us that really made my day. And as much as I also enjoy your videos, I really appreciated you taking the time to do that for us. Thank you. And I'll see you all, Super Buddies Forever family, on the next segment. Much of the priming is done. Not sure what I'm going to do about that one, because that just doesn't make sense up there, so I might have to cover that with something. Not sure what. Priming, kind of boring to show you, but it is a pretty important step. I'm undecided on how I'm going to color that spiral staircase, but it's there and it's looking good. Now you can begin to see the texture a little better. Like I said, that one was done in circles with a brush, and I followed that all the way through. Done some priming up here, getting that ready. Some of the little things, I'm going to put a little different color. Then up here you can see the texture I used. And I forgot to tell you how I did that. Whereas down there I went in circles, here I went like this with my caulk to get that stucco texture. And I did mask in certain little areas so that I could get the definition there and still keep the window. It's a very thin thing. I carried that stucco over here later. I'll fill that in with caulking to bring it together. And I did over here too. So hopefully the room as a whole, the cabin as a whole, will look a little bit bigger. I've decided on these colors, not sure which way, but they'll play off there and come together. Of course I gotta put my floor on, but I have to wait until I paint all this first and then make some decisions around the rest. If you've noticed, I've been doing shout outs. Here's one to Andrew Wilmot. Hope you're enjoying this one on your break. I'm just kind of catching up and adding some people who are so wonderful about their comments and joining in and been part of the channel and it's part of the SBF family. And first sometimes doesn't get enough people that I want to thank. So I hope you all don't mind all these shout outs that are going to be in the middle of these. Alrighty, time to do some painting and some deciding on colors. Awesome. Possum. And that was how you do a little bit of a concrete, another way of doing stone. That was only two colors. I did the base coat, and then I used the base coat in a darker color. And so 2 colors did all of that. I've got a lot done, the whole stairwell done. I would like to do that a little different color. I'm not 100% decided yet. That looks really, really good. I'm super stoked about that spiral staircase. Finally, got a color going on here. I got a dilemma up here, how to bring that together. I got a dilemma down here. This was what was stumping me. So I'm looking at the area. I got this box, which is perfect for doing an outhouse. But I don't quite like the idea of an outhouse down there because as a whole, it doesn't look good. And it doesn't make sense either. It just doesn't make sense. And then it seems like it's got to be all outhouse and nothing. And it still doesn't make sense because they smell, right? They're stinky. So that was where my choice was coming. It had to be this or that in that area for it to have made sense. Had it been over here, I think I would have got away with it. But then I didn't have enough room over here for my spiral staircase. And then it would have banged into here or went right down the middle. So that was the dilemma. I'm glad I picked the spiral staircase. So I think the only thing I can do is wait. I'll take it upstairs and see if I have room to put it over here. And I'll go from there. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm just not liking it being an outhouse underneath. And I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. But let me know what you think about that. I might make an outhouse anyway just to put it somewhere. So without the outhouse down there, this certainly makes this a much better area that can be made cute for a sitting area or something you would do undercover. So that makes more sense, and I'm kind of really liking that one better. So if we go up the staircase, we then get into the house or the cabin. I've gotten lots done. Here you can see I did not put a base coat, and I got to work on that because I got some blue there. I should have just painted the whole thing as a base coat. I'm not making that mistake down here because I want to use a dark paint to make that match the floor. So I'm going to base coat that first. We've got this started. These are still just primed. That matching's looking not too bad. I did do the floor 2 pieces so far. I just got the 3rd piece to lay in there. I will paint that lip on there to match this better too. That part there. And kind of just a whole lot happening. But then there's still more to do. I haven't done any of that yet. So I'm thinking we're getting near the end of this video journal. And because I got a few days painting decisions to make, sometimes it's nice to walk away from it and figure it out. I'm really happy with the progress now. Now I picked this and this out of all here, and I'm really liking that. And those colors are both kind of, the red and blue are in, oh my goodness, Hoodude and Finnigan. So that kind of just worked itself out to look not bad and to look where I'm happy with it. So that kind of made this stuff not an awful thing. It kind of goes together as it was originally meant to be. And with that pink gone, I'm not hating on this pink on here quite as much. So I might rig that up there and do this one here, and then that gives me 2 beds. And I like that better, whichever way I go. But I know, of course, I don't want them falling off. So that's where I am for now. And yeah, we'll see you in the next segment, which is either going to be extra with an outhouse or finishing up the details of this. We shall see. Next segment, I should have said part. Next part. Quickly, one more shout out to our SBF family, Kato, BDH. Thank you very much for all your wonderful, happy, and positive comments. How we enjoy it. I enjoy them especially. I'm the one reading them every day. Oh, and lastly, did I say? I think quickly I have to come up with something that brings that together in a nice way. That's another little dilemma I have. So, see you in the next part, and see you next time on that new next part. I need a nap. Have a good night, everybody.